Your GPU is losing performance every second you game, and most people have no idea this is happening. I'm about to show you exactly why your graphics card can't maintain its peak performance and the simple fixes that will keep your FPS stable throughout your entire gaming section. Have you ever noticed FPS drops during your long gaming session? Comment yes or no. Here's what most gamers don't understand about GPU performance. Your graphics card doesn't just suddenly stop working when it gets hot. It gradually starts losing its edge as temperatures rise above 45 degrees Celsius. This isn't full thermal throttling, where your GPU hard limits performance at 83 degrees Celsius. It's more subtle. Boost clock scheduling starts early, and most people don't even notice it at all. At 45 degrees Celsius, your GPU is likely won't be able to sustain its absolute peak boost clocks anymore. It'll still perform perfectly fine, but it's already leaving performance on the table. At 55 degrees Celsius, minor average clock speeds reduce, not enough to kill FPS, but it's real. At 65 degrees Celsius, small dips in average FPS during intense moments may start to show. At 75 degrees Celsius, boost clocks pull back more often to control heat, possibly leading to brief frame drops or even stutters. By the end of a long gaming session, when your card is running at max temperatures, you'll notice more hitches, more performance stutters, and lower FPS because your GPU simply cannot maintain those high clock speeds under heat stress. The solution is proper cooling management, and here's the reality. There is no universal best fan speed. It's about your specific fan setup, plus how efficiently your PC can exhaust hot air and bring in cool air. So you shouldn't worry about your GPU not being able to maintain or stay at 45 degrees Celsius or stay at its peak boost clocks. You just want to make sure that you can maintain stable temperatures so you can maintain stable performance throughout your games. That's what you want to do. What temps does your GPU hit usually while gaming? Drop your temps in the comment section below. MSI Utility V3 Optimizations. The program that gives you better and more consistent frames is MSI Utility V3. When you turn on this setting and put your GPU to high performance mode, you will get better performance and maximize the performance out of your GPU. I'll leave the link to the download of MSI V3 in the description below of this video. But I'll also be showing you guys exactly what to do and how to set it up for yourself. Download and install. Use the link in the description to download MSI Utility V3. Once you get to that website, click msiutilityv3.exe. Then after that, you want to go over to the download raw file. You want to click that, then save. Once you do that, go into the file explorer where you get to the download file and then hit run as administrator. You have to do this every single time you open this file or it won't open at all. After you do that, you want to go down to where you see your graphics card. Hit that check box and set your thing to high. If your thing says MSI, set it to high. If it doesn't, don't do this. Don't do this at all. The key advantage of MSI Utility V3 is it's an intelligent thermal management that consistently adjusts performance based on real-time thermal readings, preventing the performance degradation that kills your FPS during long gaming sessions. This tool helps maintain consistent performance by managing power delivery and thermal limits more effectively than default Windows settings. And also, when I'm using this, I've always used this when I'm gaming because I notice less input delay, and I've noticed I get more FPS in game, or my FPS actually not more FPS, more so my FPS is more consistent and more stable while I'm gaming over time. Now let's talk about fan curves. This is where you can make the biggest difference in maintaining consistent performance. You need adequate cooling for your system, and you need to tune your fan curves so your fans ramp up to speed when under heavy load. Make sure you have enough case fans to get that hot air out, intake fans bringing in cool air in, and exhaust fans pushing hot air out. Here's a general fan curve that works for modern GPUs. When you're idling, most of the time just have it for like the normal presets, 20, 30%. For light loads or for light gaming, like playing Roblox, you can have it for 50, 45, 50. For heavy loads, for medium loads, I would do like 60, 65. If you're doing like heavier loads, do 70, 75 for your fan speed. This is your performance sweet spot that I've seen for my GPU, but test it out for your GPU, for your specific GPU. And if for any reason your GPU is at 80 plus degrees, 85% or 90%, I wouldn't max it out, but try to use your fan speed so you prevent from thermal throttling your GPU. Now, for example, if you have a 3080 Ti with good cooling, you might set your target to 65 to 60 degrees Celsius for heavy gaming loads, or 70 degrees Celsius for heavy gaming loads. But this particular principle applies to any modern GPU. For advanced fan curve techniques, set aggressive ramp ups to 10% to 50% speed increase per 5 degrees above 60 degrees Celsius. Enable 0 RPM mode only if your idle temps stay below 35 degrees Celsius. And set your minimum fan speed to be around 20% to even 40%. If you are depending on your case. All this depending on your case, honestly. So do this based on the cooling in your case. Your cooling efficiency depends on these 3 factors: your fan speed, so the fan speed in your case, and the airflow capacity, so all the air that can go through your case and all the routes the air can go and flow through your case. And then how efficiently your case exhausts that hot air that comes from the GPU or your CPU. And then 2, how effectively the cool air in your room or that's coming into your PC that enters your system and cools off that air. So test your specific setup for a 30-minute gaming session, monitoring temperatures and adjust based on your case flows, characteristics, and case designs and fan placements matter more than raw fan speed. So keep that all in mind. So make sure you have a good balance of intake and exhaust fans. The next tip I recommend running is this command: net interface TCP set heretics disable. I butchered that last part, but disabling this setting will stop Windows from limiting your internet connection to its full speed. I went from getting 22 megabytes download and 2 megabyte upload to getting 88 through 90% megabyte downloads with 15 to 20 megabyte upload speeds. This command disables Windows TCP scheduling restrictions that artificially cap your connection. Most people have no idea this hidden throttle exists in your PC. I'm gonna leave the command down below. What you want to do is go down, open command prompt and put this setting in. Now test it out. Tell me how it go. If it's good, works for you, keep it this way. Right after you do run the command, you have to reset your PC, and the command will be done. If you run into any problems, just do that same key, but instead of disable, you type in enable. If you run into any problems or your Wi-Fi gets worse. So, what's your current internet speed right now? Share your before and after if you try this setting. Make sure your motherboard software is up to date as well. Go to your motherboard manufacturer's website and download the latest chipset and drivers and BIOS updates. Outdated motherboard software can cause performance bottlenecks that limit your entire system. When was the last time you updated your BIOS? Comment your recently or comment never if you've never done it. Now you know your GPU might be losing the slightest performance every second you gain, but the right tweaks, you can lock in those stable frames and finally get the performance you actually paid for. We just cover everything from thermal performance loss, MSI utility v3, custom fan curves, network speed hacks, and motherboard updates. Stack all these and your system will feel snappier, smoother, and more consistent. If this video helped you out, let me know in the comment section below. Drop your GPU temps and your FPS before and after. I want to see those numbers. And you still running into issues, comment your specs and I help you out personally. Like the video if you learned something new. Subscribe to join the Taqzn Tech crew. We're all about smarter builds, faster performance, and making your PC run right. This is Taqzn Tech, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.